When deciding on a topic for my independent project, I thought of an event that my dad took part in earlier this year where he helped homeless youth in the city of Houston. My dad told me that it was a very moving experience for him and that it was one that he would not soon forget. Because of this, I decided to research homeless youth in Houston, more specifically, one of the organizations that provides support for young people without a home. I decided to go and volunteer at the Covenant House, which is the same organization that my dad volunteered at. While I was there, I had the opportunity to make meals for homeless individuals across the city of Houston and to help Mr. Mike, who was in charge of the Covenant House's outreach program, hand out meals to homeless people in need. This, along with an interview with Miss Bourne, an executive director at the Covenant House, helped me gain a lot of knowledge about homeless youth in Houston. The purpose of this video interview with Miss Bourne is to share some of this knowledge with you so that more people can gain a better understanding of homeless youth in the city of Houston. So what is the Covenant House? When was it established, and what are its values?
So the Covenant House is it's a set of comprehensive programs, but basically we are a shelter for homeless youth ages 18 to 24. Covenant House International was established by an Episcopal priest in 1972 in New York. The first house was in New York City. Our house here in Houston, the Houston site, has been here. This is our 35th year in this location right here in Montrose. There are now 31 sites across the North America and South and Central America. We're in 5 different countries, so we've got quite a reach in the homeless population. I guess our values or our mission, and you can read our mission statement, but it's a little long. It's that there's a commitment to helping and housing homeless youth, and that's just kind of what we do in everything we do and every day.
All right, thank you. What is the leading cause for homelessness among the youth? That Covenant House lends aid to.
So you'll learn a little bit more about this with Mike this evening. There's many reasons. Right now, we had about a 20% increase in our population in the last 6 months because of Hurricane Harvey. We had in that age range 18 to 24 young adults or youth that were living in their cars, and their cars flooded out, so they kind of became homeless twice, so they came to us. A lot of the kids, a vast majority, age out of foster care, and that's a very sad situation because they didn't have a home, really a very stable home, and they may have bounced around in 2, 3, 4, up to 10 different foster care homes, or just being maybe at the kinder emergency shelter because they didn't have a foster family, and then they age out and they're still homeless and they came to us. So that's very sad that you grow up in the foster care system and then still, when you turn 18, have nowhere to go when you come to us. So that's a tough one to have to deal with, because nobody should have to have that kind of situation to deal with in life. A lot of kids are escaping abusive families. We're seeing a lot of youth now choosing to leave home because of family drug addiction. That's kind of on the rise. They may be physically, mentally, or sexually abused. Some parents just on their 18th birthday, sometimes we've had them dump them on our corner with a birthday cake, and they just want them out of their house at age 18. Sometimes we get them during the summer because school is out and they don't have child care, or they don't want to deal with them, and they'll bring them here and drop them off. So lots of very sad situations that we deal with here.
What are some of the challenges that the Covenant House faces?
Yeah, so there's different types of challenges that we face. The obvious one is we're a nonprofit and we're solely responsible for fundraising our budget every year. It's a little over $5 million and growing. So that's always a challenge every year, and the government grants world changes, and sometimes you may lose $1 million grant, which happened to us a couple of years ago, and you have to find ways to make that money up, or you have to cut programs. Some of the new tax laws that have changing or that have been put into place this year are going to affect philanthropy and family foundations and how much they give. So we're in budget season right now, so we're actually expecting less revenue this year. So we're dealing with that. Those are huge challenges because we've still got to keep our doors open, and our job is to impact the greatest number of homeless youth on a daily basis, and that's going to make it harder to do. This property right here in Montrose, we have our crisis shelter is an aging facility, so it presents a lot of challenges to us in keeping it going. And so one of the things we're working on right now is, do we knock it down and rebuild, or what are we going to do over the next 5 years with our aging building? So that's something that, at my level, I'm constantly worrying about and dealing with. And then I think a big challenge is, as I mentioned, the type of youth that come to us. When we opened our doors 35 years ago, a homeless youth was somebody that got mad at their parents because they got punished or they got grounded, and so they just ran away from home and came and stayed a couple of nights with us. That doesn't happen anymore, and again, it's heartbreaking to deal with the type of youth that come to us, and to continue to have those types of skills and services to work with them through the trauma that and you wonder if some of them will ever recover with what they've been through. So challenges, but they're also opportunities. Every challenge I look at is just an opportunity, hopefully. Funding is we're always in need of funding. Awareness, I just think awareness of who we are and what we do, and awareness of the problem with homeless youth in America. It's a growing need, and as youth tend to run away and escape some of the difficulties in family life with drug addiction and opioids, family issues, that if it's not a healthy family system, it affects the youth. So that's a tough one. Awareness of what we do is huge. Here in Houston, and I would imagine all Covenant houses, mentoring. Most of our population are African American males, and so we need mentors, men and women that can come in and step up and be surrogates to these young adults to help make them successful in life. They're not broken. We're not here to fix them. We're here to try to give them the tools that they never received as they were growing up, so they can be the experts in their lives going forward.
And